welcome back to the channel. You are watching Journey with us.
Yeah, shalom, family. Welcome, guys. Um, we are in a new location, like literally
That
in
is
front of our
our front
door.
yard,
Yeah,
front porch.
front porch. So, welcome, guys. Yes, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this video, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. We appreciate. Ooh, one like without no viewers. Look at that.
Look, that's amazing. And you know what? Today we're talking about the fact that we are in times where it's very serious. And you know what? I
Hmm.
want y'all to look back at July 2020. Right now it's July 2024. It's July 15th. I want y'all to look back and think about July 2020, how the world was at that time. And
Yes.
so anybody that's like, you know what, I think it's not necessary to leave America. I think everything's fine the way it's supposed to be running in America. I would implore you to just look back over the last 4 years in intimate detail, month by month, and see all of the things that have transpired.
Yeah, it's a lot that happened, and it's a lot that been forgotten too. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's it's that time of I guess it's that era. Like it's so weird to think about.
The era of birthing pains.
Yeah,
These contractions in these last
it's
days
very
going like,
serious.
whoo,
Yeah,
whoo,
very
whoo.
serious. If it ain't one thing, it's another. You already know what that's saying in it. If it ain't one thing, it's another, and then if it ain't that, it's another thing. So we really got to be diligent and pay attention to what's really going on, y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video, guys. Shalom, shalom. Welcome, guys. Bantu Lisa. I hope all is well in Tanzania.
yes, and thank you so much for being a moderator. You have been so helpful. May the Most High bless you for just your willingness to be so helpful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
so helpful.
All
Praise God.
praises.
But yeah, y'all, it's time. Okay, I'm mixing up my hot chocolate here because it's a little windy where we're at. But I want it to be warm out here. But it's getting crazier as y'all see by the news headlines
Yeah, like
that have been taken.
that's all that we see.
And it's interesting how it's similar to 9/11 type of what you're going to see and witness, especially if y'all are looking at Project 2025. Look at that document. It's 100 pages. It's out for the public to see, right? You have to come into agreement with these things for them to bring it forth. And the fact that they listed a 100-page document on their website and our
Oh, come
community
to
doesn't
agreement.
take the time to look at it and see, oh, what is this talking about? What is coming to this nation? What are these changes that are happening should a Republican get in office? Because it's not just Trump, it's any Republican. That's what the project is about. So
Jazz.
our recording is like go to the website. You're gonna see 100 page document. It's gonna take you a minute to read it because I haven't made it all the way through. I'm 75% of the way through. And it starts out, you're like, oh, you can't hear me? My microphone is out. My microphone is not. My microphone went out.
Is it on?
No, like the battery's dead. So what are you gonna do with that? Can you hear me now? Drop a 7 in the chat if you can hear me now. I was just talking about Project 2025 and mixing my hot chocolate here. You know, the hot chocolate was piping hot, but now it's all
Yes.
cold.
Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I try to speak loud. I think we got like one bad microphone. We might have to get some new ones.
Maybe
But
so.
yeah. What before I went in? Oh, you were saying you have to come to agreement with stuff, right? That's literally what America is right now. So think about what just happened and whose name is just like really in the media right now,
Donald Trump.
right? So everybody's really accepting, even if you don't accept it, you accept it in a way because his name is just out there. It's just really coming to agreement with a lot of stuff that the Project 25,
2025.
yeah,
That document is
2025, all
like,
of it now. We can't even look up anything else.
depending on how much discernment and understanding you have with this being mainstream news,
Mm.
you taking the time as somebody that has discernment and understanding of the Bible and of the Most High's power and His will to understand and see, okay, what's coming down the line here?
Yeah.
Now, faith we know is not just blind belief. Faith is actually action. So it would implore you, if you want to figure out coming down the line, read the free Project 2025 report, because the fact of the matter is going to be within the next 6 months, or it could very much be less. In the next 6 months, these changes in America are going to be irreversible.
Yeah.
And they're doing it not even silently. You could say they're doing it, but they're not, because
They
Donald
have
Trump
to.
is
Yeah.
it's not even silent. He's mainstream. And if anyone had just 14% ounce of wisdom, then you would
14%. Why you just never mind. I'm sorry.
if you had 14% ounce of wisdom, you would say, okay, let me just take 30 minutes, 45 minutes out of my day to understand what is happening with Project 2025. We can't become such lazy spiritual people. Like, I don't know how spirituality to the Most High and really knowing His power and His word became such a lazy act. Because the PDF is right there for all the people that are like, well, America's the homeland, it's the best place on earth, the best country, and nothing bad's going to happen here. It may happen to the rest of the world. Project 2025 is for America, family.
Yeah.
It is a Republican initiative. And it starts out, like I was saying, it starts out reading through it. I'm 75% of the way through, and it's long. Okay. But it starts out as like, oh, going against LGBTQ. Okay, that's fine. So it would appear that biblical Christians, whoever you are, you would be like, okay, that seems reasonable. Have patience. Patience is a virtue, right? So I'm like, let me just keep reading, because don't just read something and then just throw it away and end it. Just read the whole thing, right? You read the whole Bible front to back. You read the whole, if you're studying a chapter of the Bible, don't cherry pick. Read the whole thing to get the context. You start reading all the way through, and it's like, oh, they try and go back to the 1920s.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. That's what. I think somebody said that though. Was it Donald Trump?
What?
I think his the first time he was president, he said something like that, where America was just pretty much his whole slogan, make a great America great again. And
That's
that's just
true,
what it
right?
is. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, what is he referring to? Really ask yourself that. What exactly is he referring to? Here's a hint. Look up Project 2025, okay? Now, after you look that up and you get in your feelings, you're like, oh, this ain't gonna be good in the next 6 months. You're like, when's 2025 again? You're looking at your clock like, hold on, how much
Pretty
time?
soon. Pretty soon.
Child, after you do that, you may want to go ahead and join State of the Diaspora, because there's 40 hours left of registration, and we are going to be giving those who are called and appointed to leave America all the logistics, access, and tailored strategies they need to make this move a permanent, successful one. Because the stuff that's coming down the line, and nobody can say it's not coming, because they already put it out. They already told you it's coming down.
I just saw something too. Like, you got to really think about, what is the state of the diaspora? What is the mindset of the diaspora? Like, literally, think about that. I just saw something about Africans that was in Europe. They're coming back.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know, Africans that left Africa, that went to Europe, they're coming back home. So what is the state that what is the mindset behind our people? Why is our people always last, but always get the finger pointed at them first? We
Scapegoat.
always be last with things that's happening, but really we are trendsetters. So we really have to, like, really think about, what is the state of your mindset, like you that's listening right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you specifically.
what does that look like in 2 years? What does America look like? What does your life look like in I say 2 to 5 years? What does it look like really?
You might want to look at Project 2025 and add that into your plan so that you can be in reality, to be honest, because y'all, this ain't the time. And all of us can read. It's not the time to
Mm-hmm.
just like sit in la la land, like, well, yeah, Trump, he almost got shot. Yeah, that's cool. And, I'm going to just go chill at
Man,
Disneyland. Like,
that's, look, warning shots before destruction. Like, really,
yeah,
it's
that's
a
good.
warning.
Yeah.
It's a warning before destruction.
Yeah. And all this stuff has so much symbolism. If you can discern, President Biden being in his condition the way he is, just confused all the time. This represents a mass confusion and stupidity
Did
over
you
the
forget
American
about
people.
did people forget about that?
A mass
That he was
confusion.
just calling the president of Ukraine Putin, like that. It's just like certain little things like that. You still have to remember what's really going on. Like you really got to know what's really going on.
Yeah, and there was never a better time. I would say even more than 2020. Let's say in 2020 we had been disobedient and we were like, no, we're not going to Africa. We're going to stay here and be comfortable, living the luxuries of the Egyptian, America, Babylonian system, right? It is more dire, even though you don't feel like it because you're not seeing CNN pushing COVID, all that stuff. It's more dire now to leave than it was back in 2020. It is, I promise you, it's more dire. If you have any level of discernment to see what is coming down, they don't want you to have a mind of your own. They want to have a form of godliness, but deny the power therein,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how that document starts. So it would pull in the Christian or the person that believes the Bible, the person that reads the Bible that doesn't do a lot of research, that doesn't have a level of discernment. They would read those first three paragraphs and they'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, this is great. I'm pro Trump," which so many black people are doing right now,
Yeah,
which is just goofy.
yeah, like it's yeah, that's
So
just
many black
ugly.
people are doing that right now, and it's just foolish. It's absolutely foolish for any African person, African descendant person in America to be Democrat or Republican is absolutely foolish.
Like really, like really think of this your mindset. Like really think of that. Like being out of America, you can really clear your mind, and that's
Yeah,
all we really
yeah.
try to tell our people because America really um, made us sick as as the America prodigy. Like really, like that's what it is. Like we are a product of America. Like literally.
And they just paraded his face all across social media, every news outlet with the blood on him. It's just like, it's given 9/11 vibes. The If y'all remember the hastiness and the phases and all of the changes, the TSA changes, there were a lot of changes on the war on, what did they call it, the war on Islam or the war on terrorism? That was the underlying narrative behind 9/11, correct?
Mm,
And so you can only ask yourself, what's the underlying narrative behind this? And I would just say, look at Project 2025. I'm going to say it for the 55th time. Okay. You're gonna want to look at Project 2025 and understand, oh, the American people are not, this is not gonna be the land of the free. And if you thought it was, you were sadly, very, very sadly mistaken. And if you're one of those people like, well, it's going to be in the whole world, it's actually starting in America and it's going to be in America.
yeah,
And that's
everything's gonna
reality.
reverse. That's literally what I see. Things is gonna be reversed. Um, so America is gonna be poor. America is gonna be a third world country. Like really.
Yeah, it is. And the economists are saying that's actually already
Yeah, and
happening.
it's gonna take. I mean, it's not gonna be like tomorrow or the end of the year. It's gonna take a little time, but it's better to just to I'm sorry, but it's better just to get ahead of the curve. Like we always say, it's
Yeah.
better to just get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, because these times, y'all, it's crazy. And I want to know what y'all think about anyone that is feeling. Do y'all feel like y'all understand the media ploy that's happening right now? Like, what are your thoughts on it? I'm curious. I want to know because they have stopped a lot of, or they have increased censorship and things like that, depending on which topic it is. And so some people really may not have the spiritual eyes to discern and understand what's
Mm.
happening. But you could do a quick Google search, Project 2025, take an hour out your day. One out of 24 hours you could devote to understanding what is going on, because that is the underlying narrative. They're trying to bring in a new system that is an American system. And it will be in America because it started by the Republicans and it's going to act. And it's so sad how this is going to be something that people who believe in the Bible are going to put themselves behind and they're going to push on the forefront.
Yeah.
Biblical people who think they're biblical are going to be pushing this on the forefront, saying, oh, he's getting rid of LGBT, oh, he's doing this, so that must be good. But what's the fullness of the story? There's actually a book called The Testimony of the Patriarchs, or The Testaments of the Patriarchs. And in the Testament of the Patriarch of Asher, one of the tribes of Israel, one of the northern tribes, check that out because it will really show you how to discern and understand things. There are scriptures in there that says a thing, even though it looks good, don't take the seemingly good to be actually good. I'm gonna say that again. Do not take the seemingly, yes, it's good in that aspect, but look at the full thing to get the full picture of discernment to understand, is this actually good? That should be your question in these last days
Yeah,
when deciding, should I leave America? Is America actually good for my salvation?
yeah. You really gotta think because that's what they're trying to take away the good, like the common sense, the truth. They just want lies, confusion, and do what you want. Like really. So you really gotta pay attention of like, man, America is not gonna be the place to be.
Yeah, it's going way. If y'all can imagine going back to the 1920s and 30s, even late 1800s, I would like really picture what life was like for our community back then. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I put it like that. It wasn't fun getting hosed down. Wasn't fun getting lynched. Wasn't fun, having these dogs chase you, having people chase you off the yard, having people roll up and try to take your house from you. And people complain about Africa as if Africa is the land of anarchy, but they're living in the land of anarchy, which is America.
Yeah. You
America
got
is the child of anarchy, and
I
you
tell you
guys will
this.
see it.
I tell you this. If you like we are really we have an advantage from the 1920s, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. We have an
Hmm.
advantage because we can travel. We
Yeah,
are able to have our passport. We are able to, you know, grab a couple $1,000, save it,
yeah.
and come here. So I say that if you can get here to Africa, your cost of living will be so much cheaper
You trying to tell y'all?
instead of like worrying about America and stuff like that. If you can get here to Africa, your cost of living will go like more than half, more than halfway. It will cut in half.
Yeah.
So that's what we really try to tell people. Like, man, once you get over here, you you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll figure out a way. Stay solid in the Most High, be obedient and stuff. But that's 50% of what you don't pay in America.
Yeah, just right off the bat, just move into an economy that is not like America. And if you're someone that's like, man, I don't know if I could just hop over to Africa, you better hop over to Costa Rica. You better hop over to somewhere. When you look at this document, Project 2025, and I know y'all like, oh man, this is scary. It is scary. It is quite, and I just feel for the people who are in America and will be in America at that time when the Most High Spirit has already gone out. He's already said, flee Babylon, flee the land of the north, get out, lest you be partaker of her sins. That scripture, it's not just spiritual, or he wouldn't have written it like that. When Noah was building the boat, it wasn't a spiritual boat. For real. Like, we gotta ask some practice. We gotta get the spirit of religion off of us as a people, because and even look back at slavery times in the underground railroad. It wasn't a spiritual underground railroad. It was a literal underground railroad where our people would braid maps into our hair to see, okay, this is how we're gonna get to the north to get out of captivity. That wasn't a spiritual underground railroad. When Abraham was called in Genesis 12 to leave the nation that he had been a part of, Babylon, to leave his father's house behind, leave those idols behind, leave that wickedness behind, and go out to a land where the Most High could bless him and increase him, it wasn't just a spiritual leave the land. He had to actually walk out the land. He
Yeah.
walked out.
Everything is action. Everything is action. You have to take action, and that's what we try to share. Like with our testimonies and stuff, you really have to take action, or it will come down to that physical and really take your life. Like it's literally that serious now.
Because people lives have been lost,
Yeah,
like even since 2001 with 9/11. Like, look at some of these things that America puts into play. Look
you
at
gotta take
COVID.
action.
Nobody can say it's not life and death. It's 100,000% life and death. When you look at the amount of people, and let's just talk about our community, the amount of black churches that
Hmm.
sat up there wickedly, poisoning our people, poisoning the house that they say is the house of God, and saying, take this vaccination
It's
because
crazy.
that's what God wants you to do.
Yeah.
And then it later comes out, oh, just kidding, Fauci, he was just kidding. He didn't really mean it. Like, come on now. These are serious, serious things. And so it would be good if you could just let go of your fear that is tied to the idol worship of America. Because if we would be real with ourselves as people that were born in that system, most people idolize America and Uncle Sam.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, man. This wind, it's cold. This breeze is
It
cold.
is cold. It is cold. It's cold in Africa, y'all. It's winter. But yeah, most people idolize America. Like, if you would really just be real with yourself, the whole world idolizes America. So you, as an American, you're not exempt. But if you confess that and say, Father, I don't really know what to think, because this propaganda brain has been given to me from the propaganda I've been watching. Can you give me your way of thinking? Can you show me what you see the earth as? Can you show me what you have for me? Can you show me what I should do to follow you? Then everything opens up. It's like you walking through the gates of heaven already. Every single thing opens up, and we are a living testimony. Not only us, but guys, if you're new to this whole going out of America movement, just watch Web Nation Africa, filled with testimonies of people who have successfully left the West. Filled with it.
It's possible. Look, anything is possible with the Most High, especially if you really believe, have that solid foundation. It's possible.
Yeah, it's more than possible. It's right there at your fingertips, but it's the fear and the idolization of America, thinking only America could be the place that could feed me. Why
Yeah,
is
you
that
can't
when
be
the Most
scared.
High created the whole world in Psalm 68 and says, I created the whole world and the fullness thereof, meaning and everything in it, all the trees, the flowers, the rivers, the food, the animals, the this, the that. He's like, I created the fullness of all of it.
You can't be scared. You can't have fear. Fear should not hold you back from the Most High's plan for your life.
No,
It
it
really,
absolutely shouldn't.
it
Because
shouldn't.
it will, if you continue like that, it will prevent you from getting his kingdom. It will.
That's what I wanted to say. Just a quick example of, a testimony that we had um, before leaving to Africa. I think it was 2020. No, I think it was 2019. I was working and I lost the job, and then I remember I used to work at night.
Mm-hmm.
And our neighbor, remember our neighbor?
What
She
neighbor?
was cool, to the left of us, the
Okay.
lady. But she was cool. I used to cut her grass and everything. Everything was fine. It's like, a black lady, older lady. So I used to help her out and everything. And one day she just like flipped her mind, and she basically was like, it was basically a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized that the Most High was trying to warn us, like, you got to get out of here or you're gonna die, like literally to me, because she came to our front doorstep blaming me for something that I I I wouldn't even think about doing, and she had a gun. She was ready to take action. So if that spirit really wanted to take over her and say do this to him, it probably would have happened. But that was the Most High warning us, that warning to tell us to get out. So if you're getting warnings like that, I'm not saying exactly like that, but the Most High works in mysterious ways, and if you pay attention to what He's trying to say to people in these last days, it's going to get very serious. It's really like life or death.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
So you really have to pay attention to what's really going on. You got to have that understanding and the discernment of what's happening right in front of our faces.
Right, all over YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean, because
it's
that
it's gonna be
really,
too late pretty soon. It's gonna be a little bit too late pretty soon. You're gonna be stuck.
yeah, because you saying that actually reminds me of this stuff that's happening with Trump right now. Like, that's
Yeah.
literally that, but on a mass nationwide scale, so that everyone can see the next phase of what's coming. That's gonna be it. Blood and death. Like, it's literally that serious.
Mm-hmm.
But people,
Very
there
serious.
was people during COVID that were like, well, I don't think we can just trust in the almighty government.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
whatever
We
back,
we
get
we was talking
25
about that
vaccines.
today. Like people say, yeah, I have faith. um, and they just basically sitting here like I got faith, I got faith, you know. But you can't just sit still. You got to take action. Faith without works It's truly, truly dead.
It's dead. That's the
Truly.
scripture. Yeah.
So you got to take action, and that's what we try to be telling, like try to tell people, like action is a must now. And once you take that action, he's gonna keep leading your footsteps and keep running, keep running, keep running.
Yeah, he
But
does.
if you don't take that first step, you're just gonna be stagnant right there. You're just gonna be sitting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really.
And that's not to say that you won't come across hardship. Even Abraham, as he went out into the promised land, there's times when he has to fight nations. But what the Most High say, he says, I'll never leave or forsake you. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. As long as you're following me, then I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I'm going to go before you as a fire by night and a cloud by day. And your enemies, when they come against you, I will scatter them and disassemble them in various and confusing
Confusion.
ways
Yep.
because they thought that they would put their finger on my anointed. Now
Exactly.
you are that anointed. Walk in your power.
Walk in it.
Walk in your power.
Really.
You have the power to buy a plane ticket and leave.
Yeah.
You have the power to have a business. You
You
have a
gotta
power
speak
to
it.
take care of your family. You have the power to homeschool. You have the power to follow whatever the Most High calls you to do.
Yeah. You really gotta speak it. We got power. We need you guys to speak it.
Yeah,
Like
you have to
literally.
believe it.
You have to believe it.
Meditate.
Speak it. So you can do it. Like it's so crazy that like it's not crazy, it's just reality. This is really real life. How we speak stuff and it comes to existence.
Yeah, the Most High, little by little, He would teach us. And it really started with this big move that was really one of the things that was like, okay, now you're starting to show me how to activate your spirit in this physical, natural world that we live in, how to maneuver and speak your word, what prayer points to use, right? Because
Yeah.
we were using prayer points to get over here, actually.
Yeah.
We was in Psalms, we was quoting King David.
Just trying to learn ourselves too. So I remember at the job I was working, every night at break I'd call you and
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm reading Proverbs. I'd be like, man, I can't talk to you, babe. I gotta go read the Bible. You know, it was
Mm-hmm.
just like little things like that. The little actions that we take is very important,
Yeah.
especially now. Like it's really heating up. Like we said, the warning shots has been took. The warning shot is already there. Now, look, we gotta get out before destruction.
Yeah, and y'all have more favor than we had in 20, let me put it like this. Y'all have more resources available to you than we had in 2019, 2020, planning a move like this across the world without visiting, because we moved with our children without visiting. We had already been homeschooling parents, very self-sufficient, very much not dependent on any system, except, the kingdom of the most high system. But we were very much already self-sufficient and willing to make executive decisions. And so this is the time to be wise in the little things so that when it's time for the increase, you're not going to be overlooked from the most high standpoint when he's looking on the earth like, okay, who's been a diligent servant with what I've given them, whether it's resources, whether it's understanding it, whether it's time management, whether it's investing in your children, investing in your marriage, whatever it is. When he's looking on the face of the earth and saying, okay, who am I going to increase? Hopefully it would be you, because you've been diligent with what he's already given you. And so if you feel like he's given you a little, I implore you to shift your mindset and actually see that he's given you a lot and
Yeah.
be grateful for what you have so that he can increase it. Because if through the little you're not grateful and you're complaining already, he's not going to bless it.
Yeah.
100%. If you're already through the little you have, whatever that little is, whatever it is, through the little you have, and you keep asking for more, but you didn't think to thank him daily for every intricate part of what he gave you, and you let the tumult of the workers of wickedness all around you complain their eyes and mouths out all day and night and basically poison the blessing that the Most High has given you, you're going to quickly find that one, you have no peace. Two, you're losing your blessings. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're listening to the tumult of the workers of wickedness. Read Psalms 1. Blessed is he who does not put himself in the seat of the scornful.
Please don't complain. That's just it just goes back like wake up every day, ask yourself, what is my mindset today? Like what is it? What is my mindset this week? What is my mindset this month? Like think about your mindset. So when we say state of the diaspora, it's way more deeper than
The
state of the diaspora.
logistical,
Yeah.
the logistical strategies and management consulting strategies we give is, it's a lot.
It's very deep. It's very deep. Yeah,
Yeah, because y'all already know. Look at them news. Look at what the news headlines. When's the last time a story like this big, has been catching all the memes, all the everybody, all the this, all the that? It's very reminiscent to 9/11. Very reminiscent. Does anyone remember 9/11? Before 9/11, and then what happened after 9/11? Now, I was only 5. No. Yeah, I was 5 when 9/11 happened. 5 or 6. One of those. But yeah, I was young, so I don't really remember what life was like before then, but I could hear about it and see, oh, the war on terrorism and all these things didn't really exist. So they use, let me show you the America propaganda scheme. They will use a storyline, or like a, I don't want to say fictional, but they'll use a plot that hits news. They're not going to tell you the narrative outright. They're going to give you a reason to believe the narrative, similar to COVID, right? Similar to CNN in 2020, July 2020, you saw everybody passing out. They had on the hazmat suits. And then the narrative after that was, okay, take these 4 vaccines. So my question for you is, what's the narrative after? Okay, he just had an attempted assassination. What's going to be the narrative after that? You see where I'm going? You see how to discern what's going on? That's just a practical way to understand the spiritual things that are taking place with the psychological warfare of Babylon, because that's their MO. They love psychological warfare. Your adversary, he loves psychological warfare, y'all. And so it would be wise. What's the scripture where it says, oh man, what verse is it? I don't even remember what book it's in. Where it says we're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Yeah, and
it's in New Testament. I know
that's
that.
That's America for you. You can't be ignorant of his device. That's just America.
We're not ignorant. We can't be ignorant.
In general.
Ignorance is costly. Ignorance is very, very expensive.
Ignorance is ignorance.
Whether it's financial ignorance, you don't know how to save, you don't know how to have self-control, you don't know how to have spiritual control, you don't know how to take care of your children, you don't know how to not depend on the healthcare system as much. Whatever ignorance it is, ignorance is costly, especially the ignorance that says, oh, I don't want to pay attention to what's going on, when the Bible just said we are not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Like, really? You can't be. You can't be. You really can't be.
You know, but ignorance is just another word for lazy. Yeah. Ignorance and laziness, they go hand in hand. They're like best friends. They just like walk through the way and have you sitting there like, well, I'm just looking at the clouds all day. No, you need to put some action behind what you want to happen. Now, don't be too fearful, because I will also tell you that when we left and prepared from 2019 to when we prepared to leave in 2019 and left in 2020, we were excited. It wasn't a spirit of fear. It was a spirit of, I can't wait for this victory. Yeah. Because the Most High has ordained this and professed this to us and professed this to this lineage. He is reversing everything that happened to our ancestors when they were brought to America in slave ships. He reversed it by our simple act of obedience.
Exactly.
So we were victorious. We were happy, y'all. If y'all go back to our old videos, we were so happy. People could not understand why we were so happy to leave and go somewhere across the world we had never been before. Yeah. They could, in our mid-20s, they were like, why are they so happy? They kind of insane. Yeah. They're kind of insane. They're kind of crazy. Now they message, now they're like, hey, how can I get over there? Oh, you living good. Oh yeah, all praises to the Most High. Look at the Most High. That's obedience. So be happy and victorious about what he's about to do. And if you feel like you're someone that doesn't know what he's about to do, you should be getting in the word to see what he's about to do. Read Isaiah 11. That was a really big one when we were leaving. Still is Isaiah 11.
43. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, guys. We just try to tell you guys what's about to happen.
And how great the Most High has been to us. Look.
So all praises to
the Most High. He shows up, shows out. He does exceedingly above everything we can ask or comprehend, because we know his fame and his name, because we know who he is.
Mm-hmm. So all praises to the Most High.
Yeah,
like, really.
For
all
sure.
All glory, all honor, all praise.
And he can do the same for y'all, but y'all gotta believe, because this Project 2025, child, go look at it. Mm-hmm. You could pause this video and go look at it.
Exactly.
But we have 61 people in the room, 36 likes. Thank you guys so much. We so appreciate that. And I just want to know if we could get like an extra 18 likes and you guys share this with somebody who needs faith, who needs to discern the times that are ahead, who needs to figure out what's going on with Project 2025. And of course, I'm sure if you type that in, they'll have like a little Wikipedia dashboard that pops up. Oh, Project 2025 is actually a conspiracy. You know how they.
What is a conspiracy now? Like, what is that now?
Look, in the book of Isaiah, I believe it says, don't call a conspiracy what these people call a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's scripture. Don't call. If y'all some of them church folks that just been listening to the pastor, leave pastor alone and get in the word.
Mm.
If pastor ain't telling you it is time to exit America, leave pastor alone and get in the word. Isaiah 11, Revelations 12, Jeremiah 50 and 51, Zechariah 1 through 14,
Joel, all of it.
Joel 2 and 3. But yeah, y'all, that's what we got today. Yeah, check out the link in the description. There's only 5 seats available for State of the Diaspora. It expires in 48 hours because it begins Thursday. For those of you who have been called and you already know you are ready to exit the West, whether you're in real estate, law, freelance services, graphic design, whatever your expertise, even if expertise to Africa using lots of digital nomad skill sets, okay? Because there's a lot of favor out here for the people that know what's going on. Yeah. Most people don't know what's going on, but y'all know we're avid researchers. When we come in our workshops and our courses, they be like, how'd you find out all this information? Do avid research. Do like in-depth, very, very much research.
We're not sitting out here again.
You don't like it? I like it out here.
I know you like it. Look, you see me. I'm over here suffering. Those keep running everything. So guys, if you like this view, you're not gonna see it again. I'll tell you that. But yeah, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate the love, appreciate the likes. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video, share with somebody, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and yeah, check the link in the description because State of the Diaspora. What is your mindset right now? What is your mindset in the next month? What is your mindset in the next year? What is your mindset in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years? Like literally, what is your mindset? Where do you think you're gonna be? What do you see is gonna happen? Like literally, like for real. You have to think about that. And they telling you the truth right in front of your face. They telling you what's really about to happen right now. So we got to really take that information and move with it.
Right. Ooh, take that info and move with it. Yeah.
Take action. Yeah. So I'm begging you guys to take action, please.
Yeah, for your own livelihood, because we've been out of America for 4 years. It'll be 4 years on August 10th. Mm-hmm. But it's only right to come back and to help our community. It's only right to give this information. It would be so selfish to just sit here like, oh, I'm good. I'm not going to just tell people about how great Africa is.
Exactly. And the people that be, I don't know. We gonna say it. The people that be commenting, no, yeah.
You gotta keep the tone.
It's crazy how people think
glorious to the Most High.
It's crazy.
We could do that in another video. Yeah. It would be entertaining.
Yeah, some people just they literally stupid. Yeah. But yeah, we appreciate you guys.
But yeah, check out the link in the description. For those who are asking about State of the Diaspora, underneath this video, it says the title and then it'll say see more. Click see more next to the subscribe button. Then you'll see the link to access State of the Diaspora 7-day workshop. It starts Thursday. Registration ends in 48 hours because it starts Thursday. So yeah. We'll see you guys there.
Shalom, guys. Seek peace always.
Shalom.
Find your secret place and listen to the Most High. Be obedient to the Most High.
Shalom. Guys.